Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of HRD 633. We are heading into week number 5, which starts on Monday, February 13th, and we're making great progress in this course. I wanted to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart for doing such a good job with the discussions. It's outstanding. I've taught a lot of classes, and it's just really good for me to see that the discussion forums seem to be working. Maybe the group efforts are helping to that effect. But I just wanted to thank you for the effort that you put into this course. There's a lot of materials on a weekly basis. Hopefully you've learned that you can go in, you can scan the materials, you can take a look at the discussion forum questions, and then kind of circle back in that way. So thank you for that. I'm going to try to be as brief as possible with this. So let's get right to the materials. So come down, we're in week number 5, which is, a little over the third of the way through the course. We have 14 weeks. And I'll give you just a quick overview of what I'd like everybody to do this week. And then I have a few concluding thoughts. This week we're going to look at the political frame. I happen to feel that it doesn't matter if you're in higher ed, you are in the private sector, you're working for government, it could be state, federal, local, it really doesn't matter. I think the political frame is one of my favorites, only from the standpoint, I think it's easy to understand, and I've worked in all of those different settings where politics or how decisions are made there's a political component to a lot of leadership in these settings. And you might say, well, I work in higher ed, so therefore politics really aren't alive and well. And I would politely disagree, and I'd love to talk to anybody about that, to say it is, the politics of decisions and decision making and leadership is important. And it could be in higher ed settings where you're making decisions. Hopefully at the root of those decisions are the student. You want to take care of the students. But then the decisions that are made could affect the faculty. They could affect fundraisers. So it's multidimensional. I've worked in state governments where I've worked for 3 different governors. And I can tell you that the decisions that are made on state governments, I think they're very good decisions, but there's a political component to it. So that's my view on it. There's a lot of materials on here for you to explore this week. So once again, let's get right to it. I'd like you to read chapters 9 through 11. And then visit the additional related content pages on conflict management and budget management. I'm going to click forward here because, I could go back to the content area, conflict management, resolution styles. I found this section just fascinating, how people deal with conflict, or they avoid conflict, or, what are the styles behind conflict and conflict management. Next one, budget management. And there's some real world budget related stories in the adult ed situation, adult ed settings. I'd like you to do your discussion forum this week. And as you'll see, chapter 9, chapter 10, chapter 11, and then something on looking back at chapter number 4. A comment on the discussion forums. You do not need to spend hours doing these. I'm really looking for succinct, to the point, 150 words maybe for not each one of these, but you can do 1 or 2 sentences for each one of these, and that will be good. Or even a short paragraph for each one of these. Just be as concise, clear as you possibly can for these. Once again, don't want a dissertation, don't want a report, just be as matter of fact as you can. And so that is the discussion forums for this week. I'm going to click on one more. And then in week 6, we get into the symbolic frame. And for those that are really interested in saying, okay, what's coming up? Well, you're going to be reading chapters 12 through 14. So for those that want to get ahead on the materials, next week in week number 6, chapter 12 through 14. And as far as assignments, click on this to just show you there's really nothing due. Right now it's February 11th, and the first real assignment is really we get through the textbooks, and the first assignment is a reflective essay on the book that we are reading right now. So that is it, everybody. As I said, I'm trying to be briefer in the actual video, so I want to stop right about now. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for the effort you're putting in. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you want to set up a Zoom meeting with me, I am here to help. And I know there's a lot of materials. One thing I have suggested, and I'll just say it again, you can always look at the discussion forums that were this week. There's discussion forums on each one of the, not discussion forums, there's one forum. Take a look at the prompts that are in there, and then you can circle back to the chapters and maybe focus in on the discussion questions. That's just one strategy to help you with the volumes of material that are in here. You are not expected to read, watch, do everything that's in here. There's a lot of materials, and some of this materials you may find interesting. Others, just glance at it and move to the next. So that's it for me. I hope you have a wonderful week number 5, and I'll see everybody online. Thank you. Oh, one last thing, the discussion forums. This is a group discussion. Again, I'd like you to make sure somebody that volunteers that hasn't volunteered, do a post, and the post is nothing more than I will volunteer. That could be in the title. And I appreciate everybody doing that. And at the end of the week, I'd like somebody, the leader of your group, to create a discussion forum with the summary. And then I'll take those summary and summarize them for the entire class. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you online. And if you have any questions, let me know. Bye.